Now that's the thing too. I like 6x8 a little better, but I had a kind of a price jump for the 6x8s, which I don't want to back away from. I did my pricing yesterday. And there's a couple. One that I make the 6x8 the same price as the 5x7, but yeah. Anyway, as you know, when you're talking, you're a tourist, you're on a holiday, you see something, you love it, you want it. There's a big difference between 200 and 350. But the difference, as far as my standpoint, isn't that I'm going to go with the halfway. Now I painted this before, and I didn't throw it away. It had one tree, two tree, three tree. I don't think it worked. Even in this one, I got main tree group is 2 trees. We're going to treat it as 1. There's another tree here. That's probably not a good idea. I left it in. It's like a weird little AI tree. Alright, we're ready to start doing some underpaint and drawing here. I'm going to make this a bit smaller to reference. Now, you'll be glad to know I got me well, maybe it'll be better. I know, like, this microphone setup, it's fine if I'm talking clearly, but if I talk like this, and I go, oh, that's nice. You don't hear me. We're wrestled with that a bit over the last couple of days. Okay, more deja vu. We've done this before. Yeah, probably that horizon will need to come up. It's not quite. It's not far off though. We don't have to decide right now. Little details. I don't want to. Nice, big, thick color. Okay, so this tree's over here. I really want it more here because it's going to be doing pretty much everything on its own. And if I do that second tree there, it's 2 trees, but in my experience, when you got 2 trees close together, you're better off making it 1 tree. It's not too bad. Taking inspiration from the Is that right? Okay. The light source is actually here. It's not bad. This brush is too small though. You'll have your time as my dark brush. This looks like a flat. flat. This. I do want just a little sky there. I think I have enough paint on my brush. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I get in some weird things with these trees sometimes. You know what's funny, man, is like when I fail, I'm almost throwing everything I got. I'm just not succeeding. You know that feeling? Yeah, Mike, we know that feeling. That's why we're watching your dumb videos. Probably a mistake. Keep that up there. It has a different feel, though, for sure. That's why I want you to like just kind of. I do like it. Yeah, I'll leave it. Okay, that's probably enough drawing on the tree. I'm not gonna get too crazy. Lots of cool stuff on this hill. Maybe a little group of trees here. That tree is bad. I'm not going to do it. I knew I wasn't going to do it. And now we don't want to get into the little path going that way. Maybe if it was a bigger painting, we're just going to take this right over to the edge. Because visually we'll be like grooving and moving with that. So I really love the colors in the grasses now. Perspective trick. Yeah, see, a tree there, it's just gonna mess with everything. We're gonna have our little ocean, and it's right in between these two, I think. We are done with the drawing. We need to get a lot more involved in that. We're going to do a lot with color. 3 horizon line. You think you would think George N.S. I'm not even messing with this guy. That's it. Done. Done with the drawing. So you go, well, 200, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's 200 New Zealand, my friend, which is 125 US, maybe? Something like that. And they don't seem to be very interested in reconciling that because they want to sell a lot of milk to the US, so milk better. You guys don't buy lamb. Oh, plenty of beef here, though. That's all we got. Things is critters that run around on the land. Okay. I'm just going to sail right into color mixing. Color. Gray, but we're going to use some blue. And it's really going to be tamped down with the red. That's going to counteract that green feel. You say, what? What are you talking about? What are you going to see? Like, that doesn't look purple, does it? But you saw me put the red in, didn't you? That's actually dead on. Except that, because yellow is humming through all of this, I'm going to bring in yellow too. Pardon me. Now, just now I thought about bringing in some blue, but I'm bringing in black instead, which is a form of blue. No, you can definitely think of it like that. And now I'm remembering that you don't have any real idea. Well, if you're seeing this, you should be in some sort of members area at my YouTube or my Substack. The Substack, you get a blog post for every post. You get the palette right there. So, but anyway, I'll talk you through it. Titanium white, titanium buff, cad yellow, yellow ochre, Mars yellow, raw umber, Mike's green, that's acrylite yellow and ivory black, cad orange, Winton cad red hue. Here's the real cad red. That's burnt sienna. That is rose madder, deep. Someone asked me in the channel, it's a good substitute. Alizarin, same difference. It's just a little less purples, that's why I like it. And burn umber, be a big player on this. That's Paraline, that'll be a player as well, especially up in that foliage. That'll also be a player. That's permanent green light. Diox, who knows? Maybe. I see a lot of purple tones in that grass. That could be groovy. Prussian blue, you saw me use it already. Ivory black, yes, you saw me use it. And that's Mike's gray, you saw me mix it. And that's Mars black, which would be primarily used for our darks. And we're going to mix the colors. Yeah, and I think we're going to go to lunch. Then we'll come back. Pardon me. Pardon me. Can I get away with that? Well, it doesn't even look like it did nothing, does it? Because that's already being reinforced, Mike. I don't need to do that. Why does he keep looking in the camera? I gotta put my glasses on. Yeah, but the wrong angle. I love little balancing bits like that. Like that. I'm gonna leave it there. We'll think about it. What's the good thing about the color mixing? You can have a look over and things will come to you, you know. And as I was just saying, the paintings sitting in that gallery, they're just sitting there, and I say, well, you want to come get some other stuff? No, I have plenty. Well, no, you don't have plenty. You have paintings that aren't really selling, so we need to get those out, get something else in there. Not like I'm going to trash those paintings either. They'll find a home. Okay, we got the blue. A very grade blue. Yeah, I agree with you. That purple's kind of groovy. So we'll bring in purple, we'll bring in that, then we'll bring in a helping of that, and then some of this, and it's still going to be super purple. So much so that I know I'm going to back off some of that with the burn number. So we just skipped that whole I'm screaming diox step. But you get there, and you would definitely get there. Just hit the diox with the white. That's really pretty good. It's not exactly in the sky, but I like it, and I'm going to leave it. So looks like we'd probably be doing a subtle yellow-purple thing, although not. Let's see it in the reference, so it's not like I'm inventing these things. But there's a bit of hide and seek that can go on. You know, you think. You don't notice things. I don't always notice things. I don't. Now we're going to need some more of this burn number. Has to go again. Hey, that's good. A little dark, but we'll leave it. Now, man, you know what? It would be good to add some of that, but we won't. We're just going to mix with the thing they have in common, which would be the burnt number. And then some white. Let's see what we get here. Kind of a... That's really good. That's a little dark. Those look great together. Now we're going to start moving into some more lighterness. Lighterness is a word. Would you correct the master?
Oh, you said lighterness. That's not a word.
Well, maybe it isn't. Yeah, it's a bit flat. It's a bit strong. So I'm knocking it back with the raw umber. See? Gosh, that's pretty good. And I do want to have more of yellow, so that's typical though, back and forthing. Oh, that's nice. I guess that should be lighter, but I'm not going to mix it lighter right now. We'll if you're going to do the premixes like I am, don't go up the middle. Don't go too dark. Don't go too light. Hit the tone up the middle, because you can lighten and darken as you're painting. And if you mix a lot of a color here that's not going to work out for you when you start painting, then you're going to waste some paint, potentially. It takes some practice too to know how much to mix. It doesn't really matter, because sometimes I mix too little, and then I just jump in and mix some more. That's quite inspiring for me for the sky. I'm going to go ahead and do the ocean as well. And this is one reason I did want some present in the sky. What? He's putting red in the water? Yes, I am. I'm pretty much going for a version of that, a little bluer. No, I like that, just the way it is. I'm going to work with that. I plan on bringing in yellows and things, but I'm not that worried with getting into some screaming aquas, because I'm doing a tonal thing here. And aqua is not really a toneless color, I have to tell you. You can work it in. I've seen it done. A guy in California, his name I forget, done a few studies after. Okay, into the land. Into the land. Most of the darks is in that tree. I will probably bring some more into the heavier on the burnt than in the far side. That's good. I like that. What's this? Dry chunk? Cool.
I want to be in your painting, Mike.
No. No.
Come on, man.
Oh, I fiddled around with my camera forever today. This size, I could do the 50 millimeter, but it was right up here, right up on top of you. This was 100 millimeters farther back. I'm saving up for Actually, I'm hoping to sell the painting that will help me purchase the 80 millimeter Sigma. I was just watching the guy in the channel say, "Oh, it's too sharp." Yeah, I don't need pop. I'm not photographing someone's head or someone in the landscape. I do want a clinical sort of approach with just sharpness, corner to corner. That's me. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Maybe too much. That's pretty good. Just for giggles, a little red. Whoa. Still good. Still good. Still good. I've been selling a lot more books lately. I think because of all my activities on the channel, trying to improve things, trying to do the talks, Well, I'm enjoying the talks, especially now it's not live. I did enjoy the live, and if I had a bigger, more involved audience, maybe that would work out, but the audience you get is the audience you deserve, I guess. Okay. It doesn't look like a green, but it is. And here, just as is. Now, we're going to echo that purple in the sky with less, though. I'm going to bring in, now this is, remember I was threatening to bring that in. Now watch how when you bring in the white, like the latency in the purple will come to bear. See that? You didn't know that, did you? Even in the mixture, the white wakes up the diox. That's pretty groovy. That's not a color in the grass. It is actually a color in the grass, but I want a darker version. And we'll bring in a little more beauty with the mixing red. See? So it's mixed with purple, but you don't look at it and right off the bat go, "Oh, that's purple." It'd be difficult to hit that color without the diox, so you can maybe do it. You can manage something in the ballpark. Grass. Yellow grass. And now instead of you don't really need to add the purple, we'll add maybe we will add some purple. Put a little bit in. See? Nothing. A little bit. Same deal here though. Watch what happens when I bring in that white. A little bit of that purple identity. Well, that's very white. Yeah, so, yeah, it's too much. That's great. And it's sort of an echo for the sky. Echo. That's good. We're done mixing colors. Back from lunch, me buckos. Back from lunch. I got the 3 horizon line. I got the 3 horizon lines. Yeah, we're not gonna have 3 horizons. Yes, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I like the lowest one. It's cold in here, my friends. I'm not running the heater because I think it'll fog up the lens. It's cold in my house too. It wasn't that bad before the rain kicked in. That's the best for me. We could actually have a little. Nice, pretty happy with this. That could be cool. Could be something cool. About that. Yeah. It's a little echoey of what's up there. Composition. But I kind of like it, but it's just a line. Huh? Let's see. Now I picked out a brush for the sky. For the sky! Will be our dedicated dark brush. I'm not going to worry too much about this. Is everybody recording? Yeah? Good. I made my cup of tea without bothering you. I'm going to put a little splash of some cool. That's what substitutes for milk around here. Ah, it's nice. Nice hot cup of tea. I selected this brush. The 6 would just be too big. Too big. That's not gonna happen. I'm not leaving it. I thought I'd leave. I thought that would be okay, but I really want this push. There we go. That's nice. I better get me some more of that Mars yellow. It's going to be a play-up. It's going to be a factor. Not that I need tons of paint. It's not a big painting. How are you? But Mars yellow is already involved, and I don't want to be messing around once I start painting. Also, that's just some oil supply. That's not going to be quite enough. We're going to need some more oil. Yes, it's cold. Yes, it's raining. But I will say, you guys can be cocky. Oh, summertime, so fun. But I really noticed it yesterday because I like to barbecue, you know. And in the winter, I barbecue in the dark. But last night I had light because we're gaining. Okay, what do we want? I'm going to use this for my foliage instead of this. But for now we're doing skies, and we're going to use this filbert. This is number 4. It's a Treckle, T-R-E-K-E-L-L. This is a 4 filbert, not the long filbert. Forget about the long filbert. I think that's just crazy long. Too long. Yes, I like that branch like that. That's working for me. And kind of breaking up this kind of rectangle-y box here, which we'll do with our paint as well. Now remember this blue we made? Remember that? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Looks pretty. Actually, that's supposed to be a agree there. Hey. All right, Mike, what are you doing? Now here's this guy. Whoa. I know you get the transcript. Well, it doesn't do it. There's two sets of transcripts. One's just from the audio, and then there's the one that is run through some kind of AI, but it's more like AI to recognize things. Then it's run through the one that's a bit more intelligent, like I understand what he's saying, and it's supposed to be all real. I'm kind of just okay with it. It's less yellow than I think I should be. Well, I sure spending a lot of time on that. Yeah, well. The time you're gonna spend. There's actually a darker color. I'm gonna do it. There it is. Now it ended up being real purpley, which is fine. I can use that. But for now, I'm gonna do something like this. And I don't want it to be so stranger to the blue. So you can see I grabbed a little bit of that blue. Too dark. No, he's not. Perfect. He, she, they. Look at that. Here I'm gonna yellow, a little orange. Got a plan. Yeah, but you're going, well, I don't really see that in the reference. Why? That's okay. I don't either. Right. See what I mean? You got some in one spot, you want somewhere else. That's nice. Okay, and then we got this is kind of a reaching for my paper towels. More of this color. Kind of this yellowy, bluey. Mm. It's gonna say pretty bright. Ready? Yeah, remember that's got all that latent purple in it. It can manifest or not. And that magenta tone you're seeing is really the mixing red, that Winton up against the with the up against the diox, right? It's making that color. A little lighter here. A lot of paint in the brush. I'm going to come in with the lighter again, only kind of echo back to the an iteration of that bluer thing here. See? Got some here, which is thick and not terribly pretty either. There's a lot of it. A lot of paint there. No, you don't have to see me do that, but every trick's in my bag if I gotta use it. And that one was called too much paint there, gonna take some of it. I want this to be a little cleaner. And I was trying to do that, but too much paint there, so it wasn't working. Pretty happy with that. Bring in a little more blue. That color might have to come up a lot. That's making sense now. That edge too intense, too hard. More like, yeah. It's working for me. It's a little chunky. We don't want to get it overworked. So it's done. Let your painting be what it is. After a certain, actually we've already hit that point. And pretty much, what point you said, Mike? Well, we already hit the point where the painting is going to be, is what it's going to be. Yes, we could still mess it up. So much of what it was going to be has already been determined, and it's a matter of following through on that. And like I said, yes, we can mess it up. I don't want to. I'm not going to. But on the other hand, whatever amount of greatness it's going to aspire to, it's on its way there now. I'm pretty happy with this. It's a bit dark. I can tell already it's painting's a bit dark. Or whatever. It'll be a tonal painting. I could go brighter here. I may do. I'm going to get the tree in. Well, if you're paying attention, you maybe noticed I didn't really bring my scraped up colors into those. I don't know why, I'm just holding off there. The scraped up colors all have oil in them. The ones up there do not. That's the main difference. But there's not enough of them to really matter. But I don't know. If I feel like I shouldn't mix them together, I don't. Because you never know. Down the road, something's gonna be out fast. Look at this. I'm liking this. I could go brighter. Maybe it should. It's not too late. See, look how bright that is. That's as bright as I went. I don't want that cad yellow in there. I don't want it saying, I'm that yellow and I'm in here. On the other hand, it's doing things in there. You got to make sure this paint, by the way, is thin enough. We're going to go over stuff. It's in pretty bright. I think that was a good move. Of course, it affects everything. It was a good move. So you see why I'm struggling here? It's because I didn't get any more oil. On the other hand, another oil will bring in some gushy. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think we don't have to do a lot. Yeah, you got this inner voice saying, "No, it's really dark." Well, that little bit of bright is going to help with that. People will be able to find the painting in the dark room now. Okay, dorks. We already decided that they. Well, we did some drawing with this brush, and then we switched to that other one. I don't know if I'm even going to need you, Treacle. So yes, the amount of thinness of the dark is critical, and that's the reason for using the Mars Black instead of ivory, because what I found is that when I use the ivory to get the amount of thinness, it's working for me. That the paint goes too thin. That's why when I start with the Mars Black, I get a better result. Okay, you remember earlier I said, no, I don't want any more Mars, and I got more Mars. It's not dark enough. And I said, I want more burnt umber and less Mars. This is why I was not getting any darkness here. Thicker than you might have thought. worry about, like, the light source is coming from this way, and I am going to acknowledge that, sort of, and I don't worry too much about it. I'm going to run for some greens come in. It don't need to be a lot though. I'm hoping that's my sky brush. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Greens. What do you say? Are you up for it? Is that long? It is the long. I'm going to do the long, which is the one that I told you not to buy. But the reason I think it'll work. they're a little hard to control. Actually, over time, they might be the best buy because brushes wear down, they get shorter. So that long filbert might have more life in it than your regular filbert. Everything has everybody recorded good. And you know what though, I'm gonna repurpose you. Much in there, and we got. Green, with that. This must have been my other sea color, yes. Good. Remember I said I wasn't going to go too aqua. I'm not. Back off. Just a little bit, okay? Nice. That'll help. You could think, oh, I'm just going to cut right through everything with my brush. Yes, and I am going to do that. But it's better to have that swab kind of soften things a little. Let's see. And where is it? Inside. Wow. Okay, that's crooked. One was wetter and thicker. Fine. What's important is that you have some transitions. In case you were forgetting how much I adulterated that blue. The amount of ocean is not a terribly big area, so I don't want to do a lot there. But he says, as he's doing more there. In a sense, it's got to be done well. Because it's kind of where we're headed. So that's good enough for now. Okay, now we can get into our greens, and we don't need to worry so much. We can go a little brighter down there if we want. After we do the greens, and we have made an executive decision. Yes, we already made that decision. We're remaking decisions. That's called painting, though. Yeah, we're going to use the long filbert for the greens, which give me that ability to kind of be a bigger brush. Be a bigger brush. Just mix it all together. Be the bigger brush. Oh. What do you mean, the bigger brush, Mike? Well, because it got that side bit there. I don't have, this is a kind of a muddy green. Let's demudify. This is my dark green, but the side will stick down a little here. The idea being to kind of merge into the darks. That's going to be another note lighter. Just now. Remember this color? Really inspired by some of that purpley, dusky grass. Okay, so I know I wanted it a bit darker, but I didn't want to go uglier, and that's why I grabbed a tiny bit of that madder, and that's where madder is really good for making things a little bit pretty. Something like board color, a little prettier. Okay, that was the intermediate. Then we got this nice grass color we made. That's looking pretty good. I could step it down a little bit. Let's just see how we go with it. I don't mind if it's a little bright. Yeah, more yellow. Now we're gonna go brighter. Oops. That's gonna be a light green there, and we're gonna do a light green there, and I don't want to get too whatever-y until I figure out what I'm doing with that path. Anything too whatever-y is too technical a term for you? No. Yeah, so we're going to do some light green there. Did we mix it? No? No? No, it's okay. We got some green here. Just going to pump it up. No, it's probably light enough. It's probably going to seem super light actually. And then a little bit of white. You go, what? White and the green? That's going to be hideous. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. Look, Mike, don't worry. We brought in that cad yellow. Because up here, not so much there, here. A little further to the side. That's working. Yeah, don't worry, we'll fix that in a minute. Probably wasn't my best idea because I'm gonna make that path lighter there, so. Of course it is disappearing. I don't really need to delineate, and the reference completely disappears. So. a little white in the water there, which is going to be happening any minute. Like now. Not the. I guess I'll have to use this brush. Hey! Never brighter than the sky. Never brighter than the sky. Never make your waves brighter than the sky. Okay, remember that. Done it. Messed up. Nice. Alright, so all we gotta do now is put some lighter foliage up in the trees. Not a lot either, they're pretty good. And a little bit of something in the tree trunk. And we're gonna call this one done. Call it done. I really like a bit of green there.
Of course, it's gone now.
Where are you? I've got the mix right here. Some of that tree color, I really feel like I want a lot of red in it. A lot of green, a lot of red. Red and green. Something like that. pretty happy with what that's doing. So all we're gonna do is put the gray. We're gonna do. Do gray first. Everything recording okay? Good. You say that doesn't look very dark to you? Yeah. Okay. That won't be light enough. That's probably what I'm looking for. See if that's enough paint. Not really enough oil, but we're gonna make it work because I don't want to put any more out. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you want, Mike. Because we're never going to pull it off with not more oil. I gotta get the movement we're looking for. Wow, it's so bright. I'm happy with that. Yeah, you know, this won't make or break the painting, but this kind of thing you can mess up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's working good. All right, painting's done.